Well, guys, let's talk about the Ahsoka show. Now, one of the worst things about that show, in my opinion, was Sabine.
Hmm.
I liked Sabine in Star Wars Rebels. I didn't like Sabine in the Ahsoka show. They made Sabine Wren a Jedi in the show. Now, apparently, she was training with Ahsoka for a while, and she had no talent whatsoever. She couldn't do anything. And then all of a sudden in the show, it's like the force just switches on to her.
Hmm.
And then she can do everything. It was badly made. I remember this scene right here. You remember this scene right here with Sabine using the force to push Ezra?
Hmm.
What did you think of that?
It just, I just feel it's not Sabine there, it's someone else. Because in my mind, Sabine is already established that she has no force whatsoever. She is very talented using gun and making bombs
Yeah, she
and
can make
other
stuff.
stuff,
Yeah.
but not when it comes to force.
Yeah. I didn't like it whatsoever. And apparently the writers for Star Wars Rebels, they say it was a bad idea to make Sabine Wren a Jedi.
I agree.
I completely agree. Now, granted, she had the dark saber in Rebels,
Hmm.
but we know from even George Lucas Star Wars that you don't actually need to use the Force to use a lightsaber. General Grievous was not a Force user, but he can use lightsabers and he actually killed Jedi with it.
Hmm.
But right here it says, in yet another case of Disney completely misunderstanding the once beloved franchise, Star Wars Rebels producer Henry Gilroy has revealed that contrary to her lightsaber wielding turn in Ahsoka, the animated series, writing team had never intended for Sabine Wren to ever become a full-fledged Jedi. And further, they had unanimously agreed that doing so would be an objectively bad idea. But you know what? This actually falls on Dave Filoni. This was his baby. This is his show. Ahsoka is his character.
Hmm.
He approved of all this. Gilroy, whose penning of Ahsoka Tano's debut adventures during his previous stint as the co-writer of the Clone Wars CG outing, arguably helped lay the groundwork for Sabine's eventual introduction, spoke to this disconnect between his and Disney's respective teams during a recent appearance on the Pod of Rebellion podcast, a Rebels rewatch podcast hosted by the series voice actors Vanessa Marshall, who played Hera, Taylor Gray, who played Ezra, and Tyra, and this just jumped on me. I hate it when he does that. And Tyra Sakar, who plays Sabine. Joining the show for their discussion of the season 2 episode, The Protector of Concord Dawn, which presents viewers with the first significant dive into Sabine's backstory. Gilroy was eventually met with the point blank asked from his host, quote, was it the plan for Sabine if Rebels had continued on to go down a Jedi path? Or was that an invention to sell more lightsabers in the last couple of years? And he says, in turn, the producer bluntly admitted, I'll say it was absolutely not the plan. Before explaining, as a matter of fact, we had a discussion in season 3 about whether that, and we really felt not only did it step on Ezra's story, but it was like a retread. Okay, we already did this. What are you
Yeah,
gonna say?
I just don't feel. I mean, I like this Sabine in the anime TV series. She's cool
Yeah,
and she's pretty good at creating stuff and using gun and everything. And her character should stay that way. Now, in the live action TV series, I like the beginning. show where she was riding a motorcycle
Yeah.
and she can figure out where Israel is. And I like that part, but when she used the Force, then
She couldn't use the Force. Remember, she was sitting at that table and she was like, she couldn't even move a cup. Then all of a sudden, bam, she could do everything. She could say, I hate that.
Yeah,
That's not the way George Lucas Star Wars was. They did that with Rey in the sequel trilogies as well. It was awful.
It shouldn't be like that.
It definitely shouldn't have been like that. But I guess, now she's going to be in season 2 of Ahsoka, whenever that actually comes out. I don't even know.
I just hope they just go back, write her character like the Sabine that all know in the anime TV
They're not going to do that. They're not going to do it. They deviated so far away from the George Lucas treatment. Remember, in the original Star Wars, Luke was just learning the basics of the Force. And of course, he was the chosen one's son. Mm-hmm. By the time the next year passes and Empire Strikes Back, he had a bunch of trouble doing a whole bunch of things with the Force. He was still learning. It's a growth path. But in these Disney Star Wars shows, it's just like a light switch. It just turns on. I hate that.
Yeah, it's not cool anymore. And in the live action, Sabine is not cool.
No, she's not. And no disrespect to Natasha Louis Brazito. It's not her fault.
It's not her.
It's Dave Filoni's fault. It is his fault for what he actually did with Ahsoka. And now you even have the writers or the producers for Rebels saying, nah, that was never the plan to actually make Sabine a Jedi. I said it's a bad idea.
It is.
Wow. Yeah. So what do you guys think of this here? Sabine Wren. Big mistake to make her a Jedi, and I couldn't agree more. When I saw that happen in the show, I was like, oh boy, this is bad. And that's one of the reasons why the show actually ended kind of badly, if you ask me. But that's going to wrap it up, guys. We'll be back next time with another video. Until then, be safe.
Goodbye.